Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. As you just heard, I have with me here today our Chairman, Mr. John Wilson, and Chief Executive, Taz Sperrings. I'm going to hand over, first of all, to our Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Kerry, and thank you all for being here this afternoon. In opening, I need to say how deeply concerned we are in Fonterra for the anxiety that has been created by this precautionary recall that has been carried out by Fonterra. On behalf of Fonterra, I apologise to the mums, the dads and the caregivers for any confusion that has been created over the last 4 or 5 days. Over the last week, the board has been kept regularly updated by our management team, and I myself have kept our Shareholders' Council and our farmers abreast of the situation as it has developed. I have confidence that Teo and his management team are continuing to do everything that they can, as quickly as they can, to deal with the situation as it develops and as we hopefully move through to the conclusion of it. I want to come back and discuss a couple of topics shortly, but first of all, I'll ask Teo to go through and give an operational update of where we're at right now. Thanks, Teo.
Thank you, John. Welcome back from many of you. There might be a little bit of repetition of what I said yesterday and today, but for those who were not here yesterday, it might be good. I came back in yesterday straight from the plane to this room, and now 24 hours later, was very engaged with the team, the crisis team, operating on the 9th floor here, and very impressed with what's happening and working around the clock, giving 100% commitment. The health and food safety topic on the table is definitely in everybody's minds. And like I expressed yesterday, and I used the word quite a few times, that said minute risk, but we could not take the risk at that time. And that's why we went into the last 4 days of information, recalls, etc. Still, up till today, there's no reported and confirmed health issues. There's no complaints. We have been in touch with our customers like we are every day, so no complaints or confirmed health issues or reports. The question which was asked yesterday is definitely on our list. It was a very good question on what will the dairy industry do to really, when you see elevated levels, but it is still within specifications. Is there new technology? Are there faster testing regimes to really go down the route which we went between March and July, but do that faster? So that's definitely on our radar screen. But right now, just want to give you a brief update and something on corrective actions, which I promised yesterday. If there's corrective actions, that I would inform you. I would like to start first with market. We touched upon it, I believe, yesterday. There was quite some concern on global dairy trade because there was information out there on Sunday that there would be a ban on all milk products, and we had 55,000 tons of milk products on GDT. But we corrected that situation because it's really concerning whey powders and what they call in China milk-based powders. We call it base powders for infant nutrition containing whey. So it does not involve milk products. So the GDT event just went on as normal. It dropped slightly, but remember the last 3 events went up again to a high level, in my opinion, high price levels. So there was a little bit of a correction, but minimal. So we are saying that prices are still high. Of that 55,000 tons, the majority buyer, like always, was China. And shareholder fund, which is also a reflection of where we are in the market. I had a telephone conference on Monday night, I believe, with the investors because they required information as well. There were 150 to 200 people on the phone, analysts and investors. A lot of questions, a lot of good questions. We answered those questions, and what I just heard is that our share price is on 7.10. It fell initially to 6.50. We're back on 7.10. And I'm not saying that is, or I'm not justifying or qualifying it, but it is kind of showing confidence from our investors in the answers to the questions. So that's on GDT and the shareholder fund, which is important for us to follow. Customers and information, again, full confirmation that our customers, and especially the nutritional customers, full control of the situation, contained stocks, and the stocks are back in warehouses or are on their way back to warehouses. Everything is confined. But again, with our customers, and that's what I explained yesterday, we are working here with 3 different systems. We have Fonterra, we have our customers, and we have regulators like MPI. To the consumers, we would really like to re-emphasize to be 200% sure that please check your tins if the dates, if you have doubts about dates, do give us a call or do give our customers a call and be reassured that the things you have in your kitchen, that they are the right things. So anytime, all telephone lines are open for our consumers. And that message comes from us, but it also comes from our customers. So on the corrective actions, I have triggered together with the board, or I have informed John that I think we should, in this time that our factories are not all in operation because there's not much milk around, that we bring the quality audits of our infant nutrition location. There are 4, 2 in New Zealand and 2 in Australia, that we bring those audits forward. Like I said yesterday, we do know what happened, but I don't know why everything happened. So there will be an investigation. I have shared it this morning, first time, my views with our chairman, and we will take it forward, and we will take that forward pretty fast. So you will get information and updates on why very fast. That will not take months, that will take weeks. Then on increased testing regime, I think there's a repetition of what I said yesterday. We do have an increased testing regime in place for products leaving New Zealand at this point in time, that we are 200% sure, but also products on ships. Products leaving New Zealand is simple. We can sample them ourselves and test them. And products on ships, we have retention samples, and we will test them once more to be 100% sure. MPI, in the meantime, is also doing quality audits. Just to give you a very brief update, they have been in Auckland and Hamilton offices, where they kind of left a tick mark and said, okay, traceability okay, quality systems okay. They have been in Darnham, in Australia, in the factory where most of the products came from, and the qualification is that they were impressed with the quality systems and the traceability systems. How Tapu has been done by MPI, where it all started with the whey protein concentrate, but they left qualification good, and today Waitoa and Kenpack, and that is what MPI is doing at the moment, and we are of course cooperating with them around the clock. So that's really the update from my end on where we are with our corrective actions on customer consumer level. Tomorrow, John and I will go to Wellington to meet ministers, because we have to be fully aligned with the ministers and with what's happening. Like I said, the reputation of Fonterra is very important. The reputation of our customers is very important, but also the reputation of the country is very important. So, in summary, for me, last week has been a roller coaster, a real roller coaster. I still believe that last Friday, the call we made and the decision I took was the right thing to do. And we did it with all integrity to our customers and consumers. We did not have all the information at that time. I said that yesterday as well. If there's a food safety question and a food safety issue on the table and you answer that with yes, there's food safety risk, you have to go out. We did not have all the information. We caused, by not having all the information, anxiety. We knew that. Yeah, but that's part of the decision we took. We understand the level of anxiety, but still, it's the right thing to do. So for me, there were two parts of the week. One was China, and the other one is New Zealand. I think in China there was a lot of, and you've seen that there was a lot of interest and anxiety as well. But by answering the questions, I think China is in a stable place, a very rational. GDP is one of the indicators for me. In New Zealand, I would still qualify it as emotional, and there's still work to be done by us to reconvince our consumers and build on our reputation. So that's where I would like to leave it.
Thank you, Theo. And before I move on to what I want to talk about today, I just want to reiterate that I do believe that the calls that Theo and his team have made have been the right ones for the circumstances. They put people's health first before anything else. They've made tough calls. They've done everything they can to ensure that we can get the job done as quickly as they possibly could. In Fonterra, we have a set of core values, and two of them centre around the cooperative spirit and doing what's right. And that's exactly what you've seen Fonterra doing over the last 5 or 6 days. From the board's perspective, Fonterra's first priority was managing this incredibly complex issue at an operational level. We made sure we moved quickly to inform governments, regulators, customers, and of course consumers, and work with customers to identify and contain all affected products. The board's focus has been on supporting management to achieve that. I myself have also been talking to government on a daily basis. I've been keeping our farmers informed on a daily basis, often more than daily, often 2 or 3 times a day. And this morning, Theo, Ian Brown, the chairman of our Shareholders Council, and myself pre-recorded a broadcast which is going out on Sky 950 from 5 o'clock this afternoon. It's running every hour for the next number of hours this evening. And it will also run on our website this afternoon. The business itself is now in the very last stages of getting this issue under control. The focus now shifts from an operational matter and achieving the complex recall to reviewing what Fonterra has done. There are serious lessons that need to be learnt from this. And that is why, in addition to the operational learnings that Theo has already spoken about, the board will also be conducting a full and thorough formal review that will be led by the independent directors of Fonterra, and it will include independent expert advice. The board's formal review will be separate to the operational investigation that Theo has talked about. The full scope of that review is still being finalised, but my expectation is it will challenge every aspect of the process we are now concluding. We want to know not only how this happened, but why it happened. We want to make sure that it can't happen again. We want to take steps to build systems and procedures across our entire business and the global dairy supply chain to ensure we learn from this experience and can avoid putting consumers at risk. I and the board are asking for a full, thorough and independent investigation, and that's what will occur, and we will not be shying away from any findings. The global food industry in which we operate is changing rapidly, as is the science and the food technology required to lead the world in our dairy sector. We are absolutely committed to maintaining our leadership position, not just in the quality and safety of our food products, but in the manufacturing, processing and systems to maintain the highest standards. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Teo.